interest groups have come to support both of your campaigns. The Club for Growth to support Dr. Keadle, and the Young Guns Action Fund for Mr. Hudson. What do these groups' support and endorsements mean to the average voter? And will you be beholden to those groups or to the citizens of the 8th Congressional District if you were to enter the House? Mr. Hudson.
Thank you. First of all, I'm beholden to one higher authority, and that's my God above in heaven. And there's nothing on this earth that anyone can give me that's better than what my Father can give me. And so ultimately, when I make decisions, if I'm fortunate enough to be elected to a member of Congress, every decision I make is going to be based on what I believe is in the best interest of this country and this district. And there's just no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I'm not beholden to any person. And in fact, if you look at our campaigns, I have over 1,000 donors for my campaign. Most of my donors are from North Carolina. I have more donors from the 8th District than Scott has donors, because the people of this district, the district I've lived in the majority of my life, the district that I've worked in for 6 years as a district director, the communities I know are supporting me. And that's why I have a grassroots organization in every single county. Now, I've gotten support from a lot of different areas, and a broad amount of support. But because someone gives me a contribution does not mean they're entitled to anything back from me, because I'm going to vote with my conscience every single time. Now, I'd say the difference in these groups is the Club for Growth is spending, it looks like they're going to spend up to $1 million for Scott Keadle. And, Scott has made several assertions that, this person gave you $1,000, so you can't be an independent thinker. This person's giving you money, so you can't be an independent vote in Congress. Well, if $1,000 buys your vote, if that's the measure Scott's using, I reject that measure, by the way, then what's $1 million buying you? And ultimately this group and I disagree on only a couple of issues, and the main issue being trade with China. I do not agree with Scott's position and the club's position that we should unilaterally eliminate all trade barriers with China, because as long as China's cheating and taking our jobs, I'm not going to just lay down. We've got to have trade for our manufacturers and our farmers, but it's got to be fair trade, and I just can't go that far.
Thank you.
You guys stick with me now. Richard Hudson has 29.2% of his contributions from registered lobbyists, federal lobbyists in Washington, D.C. Nearly a third. That is an absolute fact. It's 117 lobbyists out of 401 total contributors. Somebody do the math. 13.5% are from congressional staffers who he says he wants to have oversight over. The reason that he has 13.5% of his contributions from congressional staffers is because he lives up there, he works up there, they all know him, and they all want some favor from him when he becomes a congressman. He has 50.6% of his individual donations from D.C. area zip codes. He has 72 PACs who have contributed to him. By contrast, I have 0 lobbyists. I have 0 staffers who work for Congress. 1.5% of my individual contributions came from the D.C. area. And I have 2 PACs that helped me, including one which was the American Dental Association. That's my colleagues. I don't even know who the other one was. Hudson took more money from lobbyists than 84% of the 535 incumbent members of Congress. This is all, you can look all of this up on the Center for Responsive Politics. I can show you where the website is. The Club for Growth stands, and by the way, Jason Deans, who was one of the paid consultants on Richard's staff, once defended the Club for Growth and said they are the people who stand for Ronald Reagan's economic policies. And he was saying that it was sad that one of his other clients who was getting beat had said something about it. But there's 75,000 conservative Americans who were part of the process of taking Richard Lugar out in Indiana the same night we had our primary and replacing him with conservative Richard Murdoch. They fought against the same outfit that helped Richard for $75,000 here in this district.
Our last question before concluding remarks. We will start with Dr. Keadle. Both of you have described yourselves as conservatives. Both of you want to rein in federal